Now, if you're watching this video, I'm willing to bet you already have a pretty good idea of what EDC is. But for those of you that don't, everyday carry, EDC, everyday carry, is a concept, I guess you could say, for basically the items, gear items, just the stuff that you carry on your person basically every day. Now, obviously, I think everyday carry is a very subjective thing. What I carry is going to be different than what you carry. It depends a lot on where you live. If you live in the middle of the country and you're homesteading, you're going to carry different stuff than if you live in the middle of a city. Now, it's also going to change, based on your lifestyle. So, if you are, say, a hipster, you live in Seattle and you work every day in a Starbucks for your internet blogging job, you're probably going to carry different stuff than if you're a professional bull rider out of Alabama. I don't know. But what you do every day, your lifestyle is going to also dictate what you carry. So I have found, as of right now, at this point in my life, as of recording this, late March, basically 2022, this is basically what I carry every day. Some of this changes a little bit, like I don't carry 2 knives every day. I'll get into that in a second. But let's just get into this. So starting with stuff that's not actually pictured here. Hopefully this should all be on frame. I think it is. If not, I'll move everything over here over so it isn't frame. But what's not pictured for one is my phone, what you are seeing me through. It is a Galaxy S21. I like it. It's what I record all my videos with. It is in a mouse case, MOUS case. Very interesting cases. I've had no issues with it as far as like durability. They market it as being pretty durable, rugged, obviously. But it also has this very unique magnet system in the case itself, so that you can have different kind of magnetic attachments on the back of it. Or what I personally use it for, they have a magnetic car charger that clips into your vent. So anytime I'm in my truck and I'm driving anywhere, just magnet that on there and it keeps my phone charged up. So again, that is what is not pictured my Galaxy S21. So so starting over here on my right, your left, moving over to the more fun stuff. Some of the more boring, not as fun stuff. This is just a generic sort of custom hat I had made. It's got the Monster Hunter International logo on it. My favorite novel series, bar none. If you are a gun guy and you're into modern fantasy, I can't recommend it enough. Vampires, werewolves, zombies, all of that. People get paid to kill it. It's written by Larry Correia, who is actually an author that understands gunplay. It's crazy. Most authors don't know shit about it. But if you're looking for a modern fantasy series about by someone that knows guns, check out Monster Hunter International by Larry Correia. But hey, sunglasses. I believe these are the Flak 2.0s from Oakley. I believe they're Oakleys. Every gun guy, it's pretty much a requirement, isn't it? That every tactical gun guy needs a good pair of Oakleys. So, got the Oakleys. My high-speed water bottle. No, this is just in case I get thirsty and need a drink to wet my throat. But chapstick and a lighter. Chapstick because I hate having chapped lips like I do right now. It's bugging me that I'm not going to use this while I'm recording the video. But Blistex is the only kind I ever really carry. Blistex makes good. They make good chapstick. A Bic lighter. No, I do not smoke. Yes, I like to always have a way to start a fire because #survival. My keychain. Nothing too special on this. The actual carabiner here, I should be getting a more up close shot. For the record, some of the shots you're going to be seeing are different because I've already recorded this video once. Didn't really like how it turned out, so I'm redoing it. But you might see some clips from the original time I tried. But this carabiner itself is from a company called Volcan. I really like it. It's made of solid titanium. It has a small little Phillips head bit on one end here, and a little flathead there on the other. Not as good, obviously, as like a dedicated multi-tool, but I don't find myself ever needing a multi-tool. And that really, comes back down to lifestyle. I have never really once been far enough away from either my truck or my garage and needed a anything on a multi-tool. So for the very, very few occasions where I'm away from those and I might need something, this may well get the job done for the basically no times I ever need it to. But I like the fact that the actual keys here are in an entirely separate area from the belt loop clip. One time I was at work, I happened to glance down at my chair whenever I stood up. Guess what? The keys had separated from the carabiner. Could have been a slight issue in working in a prison, you know, but I found them obviously, and I got it so that this can never come undone from this. A couple other things it does have a little can opener, not can opener, a bottle opener right here, and it has a hex head and a little bit driver bit right here. I don't think they work. I saw a review on the Amazon page that said that they are in between metric and standard sizes. So they don't really fit either one well, but they're there in case you might find a use for them. The only other thing I really have on here of note is this Olight i1 R2 Pro. Small little, I think like a peanut light, I think it's called, but very simple. You just twist it, turns on, has two different settings, brighter and a dimmer. Very small little sort of like admin light if I need something not very bright for anything really up close. The belt I carry every day. This is I believe a tactical nylon belt, I believe they call it, but it's a Core Essentials belt. Core Essentials, I love Core Essentials for the main reason they have a ratcheting system on their belts, as opposed to your standard belt loops, which are spaced like what, every maybe 2 inches. That's a pretty big gap if you want to just loosen your belt up a little bit. With this, I believe they say this adjusts in 1/4 inch increments. So it just very simply adjusts like that. Little tab right here, push it up, comes back out. So I've had this for 2 years, probably something like that. Still use it pretty much every day. And it's made to be a gun belt. It has a stiff inner core in it, so it can definitely hold up to all of the weight that I put this through. I can't even bend it. But Core Essentials belt, highly recommend it. Starting to move over into some fun stuff, medical. If you are if you're watching this most likely, but if you're a gun guy, preparedness guy, hashtag 2A absolutist, Molon Labe, demolish the ATF, you really should be carrying medical supplies. Why? Because statistically, for the majority of us at least, you are far more likely to need this, medical supplies, versus a gun. Now, the gun, it gets more attention, it's cooler because, I mean, we love guns. You know, they're fun, they're useful, obviously, but realistically, you're probably more likely to need just a basic little IFAK, individual first aid kit, a little trauma kit. So what I have here, little rubber band, not rubber band, but a bit of inner tube, homemade Ranger band. Keeping this extra flap here. This is the Pocket Dark Mini Kit from Dark Angel Medical. You should be seeing some more up close stuff, but it has a quick clot bleeding control dressing. I think it's 4 yards of gauze. That's all it is. A SWAT tourniquet, pair of hyphen chest seals, and a pair of nitrile gloves. That's a pretty complete kit. However, I don't really like the fact that they have a SWAT tourniquet in there. I've never had to use any of this stuff professionally or at all, I guess. Thank God. I pray I never have to. But I've read that the SWATs are kind of hard to use, especially on yourself in certain situations. So I also carry a cat tourniquet basically everywhere. This is just a basic Gen 7, I believe, North American Rescue cat tourniquet, combat application tourniquet. Riding in I believe an S-tack, little elastic keeper. It allows me to carry it on my waistband, so on my belt, on my waistband. Typically, I'll carry it at like 12 to 1 o'clock right there in the front. Or if I want to be less hashtag tactical and just go for a bit more comfort, just throw it in a cargo pocket, which is where I carry this. Flashlights. I carry one of 2 flashlights basically at this point. This is the Olight Warrior Mini Limited Edition Red. I really like this flashlight. All the O lights I love. I have had no issues with O lights ever. Some people say they've had theirs explode and that they've just had terrible results with them. All I can speak is from my experience, and I've never had that. So, Olight Warrior Mini has a magnetic tail cap, so it magnets on. This is very useful, and the reason or the times that I carry this are basically around the yard or anything like that, where I might have to be working on something, working on my truck, working on a mower, anything like that, where having that magnetic tail cap can be super handy. And also, frankly, just around the yard, probably not going to get into a gunfight. So I don't really need my more tactical flashlight. But Olight Warrior Mini, it's bright, has a tail cap on the back. More can you want? The other flashlight I carry, and realistically, I probably carry this one more. But this is the Mod Light handheld with the PLH V2 head on it. I reviewed that right up here. You should go check that out. But very, very good tactical light. It has the Thyrum switchback on it. Basic idea behind that, you can use it like a normal light, like that is sort of this sort of grip. But if you need to use it with a handgun, for instance, you can flip it around, push up on this tab, and you can still get light and get a semi-decent two-hand shooting grip. That's what that's for. It's that basic motion. But very bright, very rugged. I've had no issues with it at all. Well, that's a lie. I did have one small issue with it. Check out the review to see what that issue was. But I still carry it probably more often than that. Still a very good flashlight. Knives. Knives are also something that I believe every man should basically carry a pocket knife of some sort. This one, I carry this one less. This has sort of been relegated to backup duty. This is the Zero Tolerance 909. Discontinued, I believe, but sort of a big, thick, beefy, overbuilt S35 VM blade. You can't go wrong with it. Whoa! Holy fuck! Son of a bitch! My god! Almost died. The one I got more recent. It just rained and the ground's muddy. Let's see how long I last in this position. All right, so this is not as comfortable at all. Back in the zone. Uh, the knife I got more recently is this guy. This is the King Cobra from Cobra Tech, reviewed right up here. Go check that out. Shameless plug. But double action out the front knife. Double action meaning the switch here, push it up, shoots out the blade, pull it down, retract it. That's what double action means. Out the front, it's kind of a technical term you probably can't figure out what out the front means. But it's a very fun knife. It's very good. In my review, I kind of said it as like a more entry level version of Microtechs. Microtechs are kind of the elephant in the room when it comes to DA out the front knives. They're expensive as hell. Depending on the model you get, really expensive. This one costs like $180. Still expensive, but a lot easier to stomach than like $300 or $400 plus dollars. So D2 steel, 4-inch blade, double action out the front. I've had no issues with it as far as durability, lockup. Good knife. Son of a bitch! God damn it! Oh my god! What the fuck? Keep having to reposition. The ground keeps collapsing on me. This is the fun stuff. This is what everyone cares about. Guns. I carry a Ruger Max 9 every day. This has the Holosun 507K up top on it. I reviewed this too, right up here. You should go check that out. Very good handgun. Basically had no issues with it. Close to 900 rounds at this point. And I don't know what kind of higher praise I can give it than it's what I carry every day. But I do carry it with the 10 round mag in it with the pinky extension. Why? Because if you're carrying inside the waistband, this is one area that's a bit more likely to print. So I have the slightly shorter mag in here, but the pinky extension still lets me get probably like a 95% full firing grip, slightly more concealable, roughly a full size grip, and I still carry a full 12 round mag as a backup. We'll get to that in a second. The holsters I use. This is a just basic, nothing special really, inside the waistband holster from Concealment Express. Formerly, they used to be Concealment Express. Pretty good name, right? They changed their name to Rounded. I don't know why. It sounds stupid as hell to me, but Rounded. But it's a good holster. I've had no issues with it. So the other one I've been using a bit more and more often really is this is a outside the waistband holster from Dara Holsters. I kind of don't like the fact that, as you can see, the belt mount is all the way on the back. There are some types of holsters that have these belt mounts moved farther up, and I feel like that sits a bit closer to my body. I'm probably going to upgrade this to one of those at some point, but this is what I have right now. This is one I carry or I use basically around the yard, or not really around the house because I'm not going to have a gun on me if I'm just staying inside all day, but around the yard, hiking, basically anywhere that I'm not as worried about being around a lot of people, where printing is basically not an issue. If I'm around a lot of people, go to the town to run some errands, get groceries, whatever, probably going to use this because it conceals a bit better. Last but not least, the spare mag I carry. So, again, I do carry the 12 round Ruger Max 9 magazine, and for the record, also the ammo I carry is the 90 grain, generally a plus P, but Extreme Defender. You can see why in the video I did right here. Very fun FBI barrier test video there. But that's what I carry. Originally, I started out carrying it in this. This is a Neo Mag. Very simple. It's clips to the inside of your pocket, and it magnets on here. Lets you carry like that. Very simple. I recently started carrying with this. This is also by Rounded. This is just an on the waistband horizontal carry holster. So clips on my waistband. I generally wear this at 9 o'clock. And again, more comfortable, more convenient. And once again, I've had no issues with it as far as like durability, or it has a very interesting method of tensioning, and it ain't coming out. So that is how I carry my extra mag. So some things to take away from this: what you carry every day is a very personal decision. Really, you need to take a look at your lifestyle, what you do every day, and decide what is going to be useful for you. What I find useful for me, you may never have a use for. So really, it comes down to what you find yourself wanting or wishing you had on a daily basis, really. So all of this is what, well, not all of this, but generally most of this is what I find myself using or wanting to have just to be prepared on a daily basis. Last thing I want to kind of say about everyday carry, and I have made this argument with people on like Instagram and online a lot. The gun game, the preparedness game, it is a game of what ifs. That's all it is. Because you can carry that what if down the rabbit hole as far as you want. What if you come up on a car crash and someone needs some kind of trauma medication or trauma aid? This. What if you roll up on a situation like you're in a gas station, someone tries to rob it? You carry this. What if you roll up on a gas station robbery and there's like 5 people trying to rob the damn place? You carry this with a spare magazine. What if there's an active shooter? Well, you don't want to take on an active shooter with a handgun, so you want to have a rifle, so you have to carry a rifle with you every day. It's all a game of what ifs. You have to decide how far down that you want to go and how far you're comfortable going and just stick there. Because if you want to, you can carry it super far down the line of what ifs and just getting into smaller and smaller and smaller probabilities of things happening and carry items for that. If you want to, you can. This is what I like to carry, and this is kind of the level that I'm prepared to go down to. If you found the video informative or entertaining, please give me a like. I'd highly appreciate it. Tell me in the comments below what you thought. Do you think I should carry something else? Do you think I should get rid of something and add something else? Just rate my everyday carry. But if you enjoyed the video, like I said, give me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content in the future. I highly appreciate it. I'm the Cow Car 131, signing off. Oh, fuck. Something fell.